beyond exhausted.
Damn.
And most of you guys know I'm still not 100% with my, far from 100% with my health, dealing with the liver-related issues. Not too happy with the eye surgery and everything, so I haven't been wanting to film as much content. And on top of that, I have continuous legal issues and shadow banning on all the social media.
What is your...
I am not having a good time. And I just want to let you guys know that I do appreciate the continued support, you know, despite me not doing as much content, despite all
donation grand, yeah.
All this negative stuff happening. And hopefully you guys can really help me and continue the support until we're in a better spot. I can't imagine it's going to be more than a year and a half. So what was the saying? Light at the end of the tunnel. So just got to stick it out a little longer. Some of you might not be aware of this situation because all the videos were taken down, not by my choice. And I was banned for 1 week on YouTube for basically defending myself. I made a few distasteful jokes, but look.
Yeah, so Frank made anti-Semitic remarks towards somebody, encouraged harassment towards this individual, and then he's wondering why he got banned from YouTube.
I didn't even get to say what I wanted. All right, imagine if that happened. So I guess we'll have to keep this 100% factual, and I will not disclose any, personal information that is not available on social media or like the public domain. I want to keep this reasonably brief. So if you guys have any questions, just leave a comment down below, and hopefully the people that saw those videos will be able to answer them. But to sum it up, this kid, Jake Levy, completely copied my best bar and has been selling it for over 6 months now. Identical, like...
There's no copyright on his food product, so yes, he can do that. He has the legal right to.
Carbon copy, exactly, like T for T, recipe, marketing, flavors, every single thing. I've been selling those bars since November of last year at almost double the price of my best bar. It was called Way Better Bar, now actually rebranded to the Jacob Bar. Oh, he's so creative. Probably because he found out about the lawsuit and consulted with a lawyer, and that's what the lawyer recommended. Now, my best bars are around $3 each, and he was selling these bars, still selling these bars for around $5 per bar. But
Goku.
These people in the club, and I can't name them for obvious reasons without being censored, they control all social media platforms.
He means Jews. He's talking about Jews.
And the reason he's able to do this because I'm simply shadow banned and forgotten about, while he sells the exact same product I've been selling for years and years and years at double the price.
So, first of all, Frank is an anti-Semite. He's posted about how he hates Jews. He's also knowingly and willingly violated YouTube's terms of service by, again, the anti-Semitic shit, harassing people online. He's also, promoted conspiracy theories against the vaccine. So if he even is shadow banned, which I doubt he is, whose fault is that? Secondly, he's not shadow banned. Your content just fucking sucks. It is boring, stupid. Not only is this guy trying to be part of a very, very small niche, this animal-based community, his content is fucking garbage. You are boring as fuck. So no shit, nobody cares about your fucking channel. You make video after fucking video of you eating steak. Yeah, people are gonna get fucking bored of that.
It doesn't make sense from any market or logical perspective. How is he able to copy a product you've been selling for years, sell for double the price, make more money than you've ever had selling the product, and no one cares? Well, that's how this world works, unfortunately. And these evil people banned me for explaining this on social media last time.
He thinks they're evil for selling the same product that he's selling, but again, he's torturing and murdering animals, but that's just fine.
So we filed a lawsuit back in December of last year. Tufano v. Levy, case 3:23CV02106. So to sum it up, I've been arguing the case jurisdiction with a federal judge for almost 6 months. The jurisdiction was proven in the first filing of the complaint. All residences and domiciles of all parties involved in the case are clear. There's no doubt at all. But the judge is saying, oh, that's not adequate. And to my understanding, this is basically these people protecting each other. Before I filed this lawsuit, I thought to myself, I wonder how they're going to screw.
Bro, like, if this is currently in court, why in the fuck would you accuse the judge of being part of a evil Jewish
Is Frank
cabal?
still facing a lawsuit from Paul Saladino?
I'm not sure. I really don't know. He never made an update on that. Since he hasn't talked about it in a while, I'm assuming either the lawsuit is done or there's some sort of gag order in the case where if he talks about it, he's going to have to pay like some serious fine. That's what I'm assuming. But thanks for the donation, Grey Knight. But like, this is so retarded. This is still already in court, and he's bad-mouthing the judge and claiming he's part of some evil Jewish conspiracy theory. Like, this is going to help him.
Me over and protect themselves this time. And well, I found out because all these papers here, all this paperwork, all these motions I've had to file, he hasn't even been summoned yet. Normally when you file a legal proceeding, when you sue someone, one of the first things that happens is they receive the complaint. They get served with papers, oh, you've been sued, and they have to respond. That hasn't even happened yet. 6 months of me arguing jurisdiction with a federal judge. They basically, it's comical. Now, I had to speak to several lawyers over the past few months for some other stuff. And when I mentioned...
So basically the judge just disagrees that there's any merit to the case?
This casually to them, they were kind of like sketched out. It seemed unusual. They never really heard about a federal judge arguing the jurisdiction for so long, because usually it's a very cut and dry yes or no thing. And now you know, if you aren't in the club, doesn't matter what you do on social media, doesn't matter if you file an official lawsuit in a literal federal courthouse, they're just going to screw you because they think they deserve more than everyone else. Now, if I actually hired a lawyer who are all in the club and spent tens of thousands of dollars, they might have played me, done the charades a little bit, pretended like they were going to do something. But since I'm pro se, since I've been screwed enough by these jerk-offs to figure out how to do this myself, and I'm not giving them any money, they're not playing ball at all. They don't want anything to do with me. And you can read through all the motions and filings on Pacer if you want to read if you want to read what these papers actually say. I've made about 15 filings, and again, kid hasn't even received the summons yet. It's
So he's not using a lawyer, so he probably has no idea what he's actually doing, and then he's wondering why his lawsuit isn't going forward. Maybe hire a lawyer, Frank, because they know what they're doing.
It's asinine. And I've been arguing with this judge for 6 months while he has been selling these bars. He is still active in business, selling these bars while I'm arguing with this judge. It's disgusting. Now, reading the full complaint and the motions would just take too much time. It'd be like a 1 hour long video. But I will list the dates and what I did on those dates to give you guys a context of the whole situation. Again, you can read these in full on Pacer if you have, I think you might need a membership though. So the lawsuit was filed December 20th of last year. shortly after we filed a preliminary injunction, which is basically asking the judge for immediate action to get him to stop selling the product because it's damaging my business, which has been completely ignored, by the way, the preliminary injunction. January 17th, about 1 month later, Magistrate Judge Schwab argues against the jurisdiction. So there's the magistrate judge, which to my understanding is kind of like an assistant judge that can handle some aspects of the case. 1 week later, after the magistrate judge says jurisdiction is no good, I refile everything, make the jurisdiction statement a little clearer, and I also filed a motion to disqualify, which is basically asking the court.
Who would want to represent Frank? He's an anti-Emetic Karen and most New York players he's around are Jewish.
Yeah, I know. He's actually had 2 lawyers that I know of, but I know there's been 2 lawyers he's worked with who dropped him as a client and refused to represent him because he's an anti-Semite. So yeah, I'm sure that's a problem for him. Like it's so funny too. He's admitting when he made these original filings, he didn't do it properly, and then he's like saying, "Oh, the only reason they're rejecting all of this is because they're Jewish and they're evil." But he admitted he didn't do it right. It's so fucking retarded. Thanks for the donation, Grandam.
To get rid of the judge because I thought, and I mean, I think this is truthful. I think the judge was being a little harsh and unreasonable with the jurisdiction. So I said, look, if this is how this case is going to go off the bat and the judge is being this unreasonable, I want to see if I can get a different judge. So then February 2nd, another week later, the main judge, Malachi Mannion, I think, denied the motion to disqualify the magistrate judge. Go figure. So then on February 6th, the magistrate judge Schwab made jurisdiction arguments again. So basically, it doesn't make sense because I said this jurisdiction clear, and they're just repeating themselves, and I'm giving them the same answer, and it doesn't really make much sense to me. Because they're asking, oh, where does this person live? I'm telling them where the person lives, and they're like, just nonsense. So I responded 1 week later, February 13th, again, being really, I made it even more specific, clarifying the jurisdiction, which, I mean, how much more am I going to say it? You know, what else is there to say? You know, there's no like other known places where this kid lives. We have proof of I've delivered product to his house. We have proof of where he's operating the business. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So then on February 22nd, they dismissed my complaint and made me amend it. So they wanted me to fix it and file it again. So a week after that.
Yeah, so he's not doing it right. And then he's mad that they're rejecting his complaints. Like, hire a fucking lawyer and maybe not make anti-Semitic fucking claims so that the lawyer just drops you as a client.
February 28th, I amended the complaint and refiled everything. Then 1 month, they make me wait a month. March 26th, Magistrate Judge Schwab does the same thing, arguing the jurisdiction of the case. And at this point, I'm like, well, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They're obviously just not going to take the case. They're protecting this kid. I'm completely screwed. I'm never going to get any recourse for this. So then I was waiting for the judge to do so. I thought the main judge was going to do something, but he didn't. So then I waited a few weeks. April 10th, I responded to, so when that judge did the jurisdiction arguments again, I get to respond to that. So I responded and said, look, I've proven the jurisdiction beyond a reasonable doubt. Like, what do you want me to hire a private investigator to follow him around? Like, what do you want me to do? That's unreasonable. That's not what you have. That's not required for the court. Like, the evidence I provided for where he lives was perfectly reasonable. And then I put in that, then the last thing I filed, I don't know if I have it here, but I think I said something along the lines of, look, the purpose of the court is to find, a reasonable solution between parties. And I was explaining to them, if you're really so unsure about the jurisdiction, which I have proven, I'm sure we can have Jake Levy come into the court and tell us where he lives, okay? This is beyond ridiculous. So now it's May 15th. They haven't responded yet. It's been over a month. I don't know what they're waiting for. I paid for summons service once, and then I had issues with the judge, so I don't want to pay to have him served again. I'm not going to pay another $500 to have him serve the papers. So I'm going to have to file, and this is why I'm making this video. Maybe this goes public. Maybe someone higher up sees this. Maybe they get their act together a little bit. But now all I can really do is I can ask the judge, hey, what's going on? At this point, because he's changed the business name, because all that stuff, I have to amend the complaint again and refile it, which is a little more work on my end. So I'm gonna have to refile everything and explain, hey, look now.
I wonder if the problem is Frank is claiming this guy has a specific LLC, and he changed the name of the LLC. So then when he makes this filing, they're saying, okay, this isn't the right person.
Now he's operating, he changed the business name, he's trying to pretend like it's just completely ridiculous. So I don't really know what to do. I've spent a decent amount of money and a lot of time on these filings. I'm tired of driving to this godforsaken courthouse in Scranton. And it's upsetting because this kid, and it says it on his website right now, if you go to his website, Get Jacob, I think it's getjacob.com. It's ridiculous. Point is, he's sold out of the bar. So he's selling a lot of this product every month, making a lot of money. And the judge is sitting there twiddling his thumbs. They're probably laughing at me in their lodge. Pretty clear what's going on here. I'm not going to spell it out. I've basically done everything I can. And I mean, am I gonna keep doing this? Am I going to keep filing motions and amending the complaint and getting them to do something? I don't know.
Maybe just hire a lawyer so it can be done right the first time. I don't know.
I really don't know. I don't think I've said anything on this video that they can take it down for. Everything is available on the case record. And
I'm pretty sure it violates court decorum to name judges specifically. So probably not a good idea.
I try not to care that much, but the whole reason I keep going and doing this is because I'm genuinely here to help people, and most health and nutrition influencers say that. Everyone says the same nonsense, and then they go to Costco and show you what to buy at Costco.
Do you think Frank is a career suer? Some people keep suing companies in hopes of winning big. Or do you think it's just narcissism?
I don't think he's going to win big at anything. Most of the time, Frank is the one getting sued. The only other time I think he sued anybody was with his business partner, but I'm pretty sure his business partner sued him first. But Frank's just a narcissistic whack job. I don't know why the fuck he even bothered going after this kid. Like the only reason he would is because, again, he feels that he's entitled. It was my idea, therefore you can't copy my idea, even though there's no copyright on his recipe. Thanks for the donation, though, Grandam.
So, I'm just ready to get off this godforsaken planet if it's going to be this difficult to help people, because, you can have good intentions.
Yes, please, Frank, leave this planet. Ask Jeff Bezos if he can borrow one of his rockets, get a rope, I don't know, whatever you gotta do, leave the fucking planet.
And try to do the right thing, and I can't imagine ever treating someone like these people have treated me. It is despicable, it is evil, it is parasitic. I could go on and on and on, but it's getting to the point where I'm like, is this even worth it? What's the point? Because you guys know, and you've seen, when I get some money, when I get some support, the things that I've done with my business and in the span that I've done it, I can't name one other person that has had as many creative ideas, as many especially in the health and nutrition related space. Anything you guys see related to like nutrient density animal foods, the animal-based diet, most of the grass-fed carnivore stuff, there's literally...
Oh, hey everybody, eating nothing but meat is the perfect diet. Oh, I destroyed my liver and my health eating this diet. Now I'm going to eat a different diet. Yeah, nutrition genius right here.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of influencers right now that are basically carbon copies of the things I've been talking about on YouTube years and years ago. So to say that anyone else has had much of an influence, what am I getting at here? The point is, they've made a lot of money off of my ideas, and they've done nothing with that money besides pad their bank accounts and for their own selfish needs. There's nothing good that will ever come out of supporting these people or giving them money, and that's proven fact. They only care about each other, and they only support each other, and their goal is to steal as much money from you as possible. It's like a game to them.
All streamers compel.
You know? Yeah, I don't really care at this point.
You think Frank is going to set up another fake fundraiser to get a new lawyer?
I doubt it. I don't think he's going to do that, and even if he did, I seriously doubt anybody would give him money for it. Like, he has a pretty small community, and they're not, like, sycophants like Sverage's community. So Sverage could do something like that, and he'd probably get the money. Frank, I don't think there's really any point of Frank doing it. I doubt he'd do it. Thanks for the donation, Grandam.
It'd be nice if the judge was just upfront and honest and be like, dude, we don't like you. He's our friend. Stop wasting your time. So until they do that, maybe I guess I'll file the other complaint. Who knows? Probably my guess is they'll just dismiss the case. My guess is which is nonsense. Like imagine this. Like I'll leave you guys with this. What's 2 + 2? And I say 4. And they pretend they didn't hear me, and they ask me again, what's 2 + 2? And I say 4. And they're like, huh? What's 2 + 2? 4, right? And then they say, oh no, sorry, you failed the math test. You failed. You're out of the math competition. That's what I feel like is going to happen here. I think they're just going to say, that would be my guess. Oh, plaintiff failed to prove jurisdiction, case dismissed.
Oh, Frank, you stupid son of a bitch. I don't even understand why he bothers doing any of this crap. Like, and by the way, if he hired a lawyer, they would have told him this is a waste of time.
I'm sure some of you guys that have purchased probiotic supplements know that they have to stay refrigerated or the bacteria will die. You know, with nutritional yeast, you're basically buying a dead probiotic. So,
nutritional yeast isn't a probiotic. Yeast is like a fungus.
That would be called an unfortified nutritional yeast. They have to add...
He doesn't even understand what nutritional yeast is. It's not a bacteria, it's a fungus.
Vitamins to it. Then we have the fortified nutritional yeast that has synthetic vitamins added. That boosts the nutrient content. That is what most people are selling and most people are referring to. You know, if you go online and buy nutritional yeast, that's what you're getting. It's actually pretty difficult to find an unfortified version. These synthetic vitamins that are added to the yeast are highly processed with various chemicals and factories. Plus, if you're adding 10, 15...
This is a guy who sells vitamin and mineral supplements.
20 different vitamins to something. Each of those vitamins needs to be sourced from something. Is that source contaminated, polluted? Is it organic? Then these vitamins aren't...
Organic zinc. It's a mineral, you idiot.
even bioavailable. You know, what the body easily absorbs. I'm sure some...
What a fucking moron.
The standard American diet is so unhealthy, you have far more concerns than the anti-nutrient content of a plant food. Pollutants and toxins in the food supply, rancid omega-6 seed oils and feedlot animal products all make a cup of oat milk look healthy. That is, until you see how some of it's made.
This is where the magic happens. Oats are being milked right in that head. Yeah, that's where the milking is. The teeth, yeah. Got it.
This might shock you, but oats cannot actually be milked. The Oatly recipe relies on natural enzymes, high-pressure heat cylinders, and a lot of complicated science. The process is patented, and there's secret tech we weren't allowed to film.
What's actually in this commercially prepared stuff besides oats? A standard.
Okay, so Frank doesn't understand how oat milk is made, therefore it's bad for you.
Yogurt. And the reason you would want to consume yogurt maybe
I think he means Cumgert.
a couple hours
Speaking of which, we haven't checked in on Blaha in a while. We should watch some of his vids.
for breakfast, lunch, a snack, prior to your Thanksgiving meal is due to the probiotics, the different cultures, mostly lactobacillus based, that will help you digest the food you're eating later in the day. The bacteria in yogurt will digest carbohydrates, so mainly starches and sugars that are consumed with the meal in the form of mashed potatoes, stuffing, maybe dessert later on. This will help keep your gut bacteria in check, help prevent overgrowths of candida, stuff you don't want. And in regards to the actual yogurt, you want to make sure there is some type of lactobacillus culture. And for the most part, any whole milk yogurt is pretty safe.
Yogurt is disgusting slop that only degenerates eat.